And with that, I'm going to now introduce the next guest that we have for you on Startup Central. He was born and raised in India and now lives in California with the dream of making HR systems more modern, saying the way HR departments function are outdated, how these hire employees, find employees, train employees, decide salaries for employees are outdated. I'm talking about Eightfold AI, headquartered out of California, that even managed to impress SoftBank so much that SoftBank Vision Fund 2 has given it a check of $220 million. Here is the founder, Ashutosh Garg, his interview to me earlier. Joining us all the way from California, it's Eightfold AI's founder, Ashutosh Garg, who has just raised $220 million in Series E funding, led by the mighty SoftBank Vision Fund 2.0. It was already a unicorn with a valuation of over $1 billion, and now, post this fundraise, it's entered the $2 billion club. Ashutosh, thanks so much for joining us here on ET Now. Congratulations. It's a big round. What do you plan to do with all of this money?
Thank you. Super excited to be here today. And the goal with this money is to invest in the future growth. We are a company focused on the mission of enabling the right career for everyone in the world. It is a big goal, which requires international expansion, global outreach, continue to invest in our technology products to solve the talent problem for some of the largest enterprises across the globe. So the money will be used in investing in that.
So tell us a little bit more about the company, what it is doing. You know, these are very interesting times that we are in. You're joining us from California, which has negligible COVID-19 cases. We in India are done with the second wave. It's work from home is still, prevalent here, even in California, which, like I said, has negligible cases. So, have HR systems kept pace with the new normal?
Very interesting question. Actually, what has happened, if you look at not just COVID, but over the last 20 years, the nature of the work has completely changed. 20 years back, you would join a company and were expected to stay there for the rest of your life. In the last 20 years, the nature of work has changed. But more importantly, the nature of the workforce is changing even faster. And then COVID has further accelerated the change. Whether we talk about talent being global, whether we talk about remote work, the tools and technologies that are being used today. And interesting thing is that, frankly, whatever we know today will be outdated in the next 4 or 5 years. The rate at which new skills come into the market is faster than ever. And now, unfortunately, most HR systems have not kept pace with this changing nature of work and workforce. And that is why at Eightfold, we are seeing the phenomenal growth and demand for our solutions. And at the heart of this is really using AI to understand not what you have done, but as an individual, what you can do next based on your education, experiences, past work, and skills. What new skills you can acquire quickly? What is your learnability of those things? What are the kind of roles and functions you can perform really well in? And what opportunities exist for you?
But tell me something, while this is all very necessary, I understand why it's important to adopt deep tech, artificial intelligence, machine learning. I get all of that. But can you really make the human in human resources redundant? And is that something that we should even aim for?
No, that's not the goal, to make humans and human resources redundant. The goal is with AI to help them scale to massive levels. See what has happened in the past, right? Today, when someone, your friend, family member, niece, nephew comes and asks you for an advice, this is what I've done. I finished my electrical engineering from this college. What can I do next? You're like, yeah, you're not a programmer, but you can learn programming very quickly. So why don't you do that? With AI, now instead of relying and giving you the guidance based on the data of few people we know, this can be done based on the data of each and every person, global learning coming to you, right? And this can help you and me scale massively, right? And provide a much better experience to each and every person. I think for a very, very long time, there's a place for our teachers, educators, coaches, professionals in HR community and everyone. But with the growing demand, the need, the pressure they are under is massive. So many of our customers, as they are doubling their workforce.
So Ashutosh, let me interrupt you, then come here. It's a topic that a lot of people will relate with. Having a good emotional and a practical HR department. When you roll out your solutions, when you roll out your products, can you tell us a bit about them, a little more in detail of why they're any good, why it is that companies should be adopting them? I'm trying to understand why SoftBank was also so impressed that you saw SoftBank Vision Fund giving you a check of more than $200 million.
Absolutely. Let me give you two very concrete examples. As a candidate, let's say you are interested in applying for a job. You go to the enterprise's career website. What you end up seeing is a list of 1,000 open jobs over there. Then as a candidate, you end up spending hours skimming through each and every job, thinking which one to apply for, which one not to apply for. Sometimes as a man, you are very aggressive and you will apply for a job which is one level above you. And as a woman, you may be a bit more conservative and you may end up applying for a job which is one level below you. Or you may say that I don't have all the skills, so maybe I should not apply. With Eightfold, what happens is that you come, you upload your resume, and system instantly tells you these are the 10 most relevant jobs for you available in this organization at this moment. Apply with confidence. You're very likely to hear back from them. On the other side, as an employee within a company, today, what happens is that you will have a meeting with your manager once every 6 months where they will do performance evaluation and may give you some career guidance. Instead, now, every day, system will tell you, John or Mary, these are the 3 skills you are lacking. These are the 2 courses that are available. This talk is happening. There's this person who can be your mentor, or this is a new project that is coming up. Maybe if you were to sign up for this thing, you can acquire those skills quickly. Or third example is, as a company, you are thinking of global expansion, and Eightfold will suggest that maybe in this geographic location, if you were to open an office in Chandigarh, you will find talent with the skills that you are looking for very easily.
And correct me if I'm wrong, wouldn't a lot of this analysis work better in industries like, let's say, involved with sales, in job roles involved in sales, marketing, where targets are easier to read? There's always a lot that happens behind the scenes as well, whether it is getting new clients, whether, for example, in my job, if I have to get a big interview, you don't know the amount of time that I would spend doing that. So how is your software so great to figure it out?
Let me give you a very concrete example. Last year, we participated in an event, a challenge organized by Department of Labor in the US to place veterans into civilian workforce. You are Army personnel. The skills that you have acquired in Army are in very different language than what is happening in the industry. And quite a few times, these people who are very well trained by defense forces don't find a job in the civilian workforce because neither they can find the job nor the employers can easily understand the skills these people acquired when they were working in defense forces. With Eightfold, what we are able to do is effectively translate these skills and map them to the learnability of new skills. So that as a potential employer, when you are looking at a veteran, you can very quickly identify what are the jobs this person will be very well qualified for. In fact, many of the time, these people are extremely good communicators. They are very process-oriented people. And then system is able to say that, okay, you know what? There are these people from Army. They may have never done this work, but they can do this work really, really well.
Because every employee's grouse always is, right? That I work so hard, I'm not appreciated, I'm not well paid, and all my deliverables are not always quantifiable, which is why I asked you that question. The next question I want to ask you, and you brought it up in one of your answers, and I'd like to go into it a little more. There has been study after study about the parity in gender pay. There's also been some very interesting studies that show that women are shy of having uncomfortable conversation with their bosses to demand the compensation they deserve. You brought up that. How do you address it at Eightfold?
At Eightfold AI, what we are able to do is we are able to see past people's or beyond people's gender, race, ethnicity, age, and really understand their skills, their potential. And that helps us level the playing field. In fact, in many of our customers, what we see is that the number of female applicants has more than doubled after deploying Eightfold solution, because now they can apply for a job with a lot more confidence. And in many of our customers are also
Can you give us an
using
idea
us to
of the kind of industries?
So we are industry agnostic. Today, we have customers in telecom, healthcare, mining, technology, insurance, banking, and financials, with customers using us in 25 countries, across 15 plus languages, with users in 110 countries.
Do you also track, if you know, because you brought about these interesting insights, how you can reskill, upskill, be better at your job? Do you also track if the compensation has kept at pace with the growth of the employee? Because that kind of feedback is also important to the organization and the manager.
Absolutely. Like, what is the performance? Are people being paid well or not? Is there pay parity going on with respect to employees, irrespective of their gender, race, age, ethnicity, right? And in fact, that's a big part of what Eightfold solution can be used for. And we are partnering with numerous organizations to enable that.
Can you share with us some of your bigger clients?
In India, we have Tata Communications as one of our very early customers. We have companies like Bayer Pharmaceuticals based out of Germany. We have Capital One financial institution, BNY Mellon Bank, Macron Semiconductor Company, Mercado Libre out of Argentina, Nutanix, NetApp, Booking.com, Coupang out of Korea, Dolby, Akamai, and so on. We also have State of Indiana as our customer. Over there, as anyone is filing for unemployment benefit, now they can use Eightfold solution to discover other job opportunities in the state, so that they no longer need to survive on unemployment benefit, but they can actually earn their living and livelihood.
With that, Ashutosh, I'd like to thank you for giving us your time today to be a part of this broadcast. Congratulations once again. There's a big check to get from SoftBank Vision Fund to led by them, $220 million.
Thank you. Pleasure.